Hello, Aries. Welcome to July. I really appreciate your patience as well. The energy this week has been something else. Yeah? Have you guys been feeling it? I have been in such a strange, emotional place. It's been crazy, and I don't even have, any real reason why. And I suspect you are feeling, maybe not so emotional, but certainly feeling the effects of what's going on. Now, I was shuffling and this card fell out, and I was like, nope, I'm not ready. I put it back in, and then it came out again, not even 5 seconds later. So clearly, this is the card we're meant to begin with, which is Six of Cups reverse. So there is a breakage point, breakage from all that was. Now, the Six of Cups is a reminder to live in the now. With all the water stuff going on, it's like, man, there's such a temptation to live in the past and to soak up memories and to be all in the emotions and yada, yada, yada. And that serves its purpose. It serves its purpose if it's productive. If it is not productive, then it can be, hindering. It can be hindering your progress, hindering your tomorrow. And there's no need for us to indulge so much in spite of the temptation to indulge. And the only thing that matters is what is right now. Any tendencies to be in a dreamlike state or even to daydream, if you're wishing for someone to come back, that's all symptoms of what's going on, but I don't think it's a reality. Five of Wands, there's a combative quality happening here. Again, another reason why, not indulging in daydreams is probably a good idea, or indulging in memories or whatever, because the more and more we idealize something else, the less and less satisfied we become with what's happening right now. And work may become a little bit of a struggle. There might be some kind of a disagreement at work. There might be some kind of a disagreement with your significant other, friends, all sort of ends of the spectrum here. Five of Wands is a powerful card. It can kind of take on its own gravitational force sometimes and just kind of sucks us into the drama, sucks us into other people's kind of messiness and all of that. But that is again a symptom of people not understanding the energies at play. People that are here watching tarot, people that are here listening to astrology and whatever, those are people that do have higher levels of consciousness and shouldn't fall prey to that. Please practice what I preach, right? Sometime. Well, and there's a beautiful card for you, Aries. There's also a Sagittarian quality here, which is Jupiterian. And Jupiter, Jupiterian people are more optimistic in nature. They seem to see the brighter side of everything. And this is stuff that's just happening around you, and you aren't necessarily participating in that. Even though, again, I feel like the temptation the energy is definitely going directly toward the Five of Wands, right? So if there is that temptation, please be sure to think before you speak. Please be sure. The full moon in Capricorn was super intense because it was conjunct Saturn. This was past Wednesday. And it's possible that some of you are dealing with the fallout of something that happened too. Five of Wands is somewhat annoying to deal with at times. It's so petty and superficial and so dramatic and ridiculous. And, like I was saying before, I don't think I finished the thought, but people who are listening to tarot and astrology, because you are more conscious, you are kind of being held to a higher level of accountability. And the Three of Wands. There is prosperity awaiting. Prosperity, and I don't know, I feel like there's this adventure spirit with you guys. there's this question of, well, what else is possible? And what's to come? Looking forward, there's like a tendency to look backwards, but there's also a forwards. There's still always going to be forward motion because you can't go backward anyway, And the Three of Wands is always positive. It means things are coming, and there aren't a lot of roadblocks to those things coming toward you. There aren't a lot of issues, there aren't a lot of like personalities getting in the way. Whether you might perceive this as a roadblock or an obstacle, it's not. So this is not something that you have to deal with in order to get what it is you're looking for. These are completely two separate things, completely. If you spend time participating in this, then you're just participating in this and that's it. You don't need to make your way through this in order to have what you want, right? There doesn't need to be a sense of accomplishment here or victory here. In fact, you can completely sidestep this altogether. You can just completely not deal with it. That's a choice. You can just go straight to this. It's just a matter of which direction you want to head. Sometimes we do feel like we have to. Sometimes we do, right? Sometimes we actually do need to make our way through this, but this is not an instance where you do. You can completely ignore it because it's not long-lived. It's not something that's going to last forever. It's just kind of a temporary glitch. People are going to calm down. People are going to chill out. I don't know. I feel as though you guys are getting kind of hit kind of the hardest in some ways because of your ruling planet going backwards. And that doesn't happen that often for you guys. It's not like me, a Virgo, with Mercury retrograde happening 3 times a year. Like it's not an all the time thing. So when it does occur, it's like, wow. Now you know how the rest of us feel. Wow, that's a big transit. That's a big deal, And it can be extraordinarily stressful. Your energy might be, for some of you, it could be like really, really high and really agitated. And others of you, you could be feeling very, very tired. You could be feeling really drained. And yet, this often indicates like a difficulty sleeping sometimes. They say it's like a card of insomnia. I think that's a little bit of an extreme, but when your nerves and your stomach and your body is sort of reacting to the stress of what's going on, yeah, sleeping can be difficult. Diet can be difficult. It's going to be really important for you to take care of your body this month, Aries, okay? Don't revert back to bad diet habits if you have any. Okay, now is a time to be like extra poignant in ensuring that does not happen. Okay, Queen of Pentacles coming out, always a wonderful energy to get no matter what. She's wonderful because she is the one that knows how to manifest. She knows how to nurture. Okay, this could be an earth sign in your life. It could be a quality of you. It doesn't have to be an earth sign, but someone that this month is kind of exhibiting that earth quality. Okay, there's both a harshness to earth qualities, right? Because they can be very critical. A lot of times they're right, though, like if you go to them for advice, it's like, yeah, okay, maybe they were kind of a jerk, but they're right. And they don't usually sugarcoat things in a weird way. They kind of sometimes take a sick pleasure in kind of jabbing the knife in, because they know that it's kind of an ego thing for them. Like they feel so right in what it is. And they enjoy that. They enjoy being right. but they also are going to tell you stuff or be there for you because they do genuinely love you. They do genuinely care about you. So it's kind of a double-edged sword sometimes with the Queen of Pentacles, especially because this is a representative of the sign of Capricorn. And man, with that full moon in their sign and their opposition stuff happening, the Capricorn energy is really coming online. And, you know, Capricorns can be extremely nurturing when they want to be, and sometimes not so much. But I will tell you that no matter what, you can trust this person and you can rely upon them to offer you quality advice and directions. They do care about you. This is probably not someone from the past, but someone that is helping you to see the past. In a weird way, this might even be someone that's trying to smack you awake and be like, snap out of it. Aries, snap out of it. You need to focus on tomorrow. You need to focus on the decisions that you need to make right now to ensure a better tomorrow. You know that good things are coming. You know that fortune is headed your way. You don't need to participate in this, and this. You know, like they're going to be there for you. It just might not be in the most sort of coddled kind of way. And that's okay. You can handle it. You know, if I was talking to Cancers or Pisces, I'd be like, ooh, but y'all can handle it. It's no problem. I feel, because this is like a very motherly quality as well, I feel as though she may feel, he or she, I'm saying she because it's a queen, they may feel some sense of a maternal or paternal responsibility for you. Like there is a somewhat unconditional quality. It could be a parent as well, right? Or a best friend or something. And they feel an obligation to ensure that you are kind of on the right track. I don't know why. Because they really care. They do love you, right? They do love you. They do care about you. And they do want to see you succeed. And they don't want to see you reverting backwards. Be lenient on yourself, Aries. You know, that the tendency to daydream or the tendency to get kind of caught up in this kind of stuff, I understand. You know, I think we all have things in our life that occur like this where it's just like I said, it has its own gravitational force. But really put yourself in check and ask yourself, like, are you subjecting yourself to this? Are you doing it to yourself? You know? And if the answer is like kind of yeah, well then you're now in a position to make that change. Okay, you're now in that position to revert and redirect your life. Okay, to redirect your energy. For some reason, there's like a turning your back here, turning your back to the Three of Wands. You should never turn your back to a Three of Wands because this truly, it's financial wealth, guys. It's relationship wealth. It's overall happiness. It's whatever it is you are seeking is coming. That's what this card represents. It's coming. You may need to have patience. Okay? And that can be hard sometimes for a fire sign. Six of Coins. Balance. I'm getting a weird sort of phrase entering into my mind. And it's kind of like, whatever you need to do to snuff out the fire, do that. I don't know why snuff out the fire is kind of coming to my mind here. If you need to pay something, just pay it. If you need to do something, just do it. Now might not necessarily be the time to do something out of principle. And that's a little tricky. That's a tricky one because we have principles for a reason. We have beliefs and things that are, if we're trying to do things that are good and that are right, and someone is trying to sort of sideswipe that and get us to manipulate us in some kind of way, that can be hard. But I'd rather see you moving into the Three of Wands than remaining here in the Five of Wands. This is so much better. This is so much more where we need you to be, where we want you to be. And sometimes we are in the position of giving, and I feel like there's some reciprocity here, right? Whatever you are giving or whatever you're needing to do to delve out will come back to you. This Queen of Pentacles seems to be a giver as well, right? You're kind of a giver, they're kind of a giver. I don't know who's on the receiving end of this ultimately, but at the end of the day, if it's about money, just pay it, right? Money is not a thing. Money's coming back to you anyway. Money's not a thing. Don't worry about it. Oh, the Three of Wands and the Two of Wands are kind of like a paired set. They all come out together so often that first of all, I'm not even surprised because this is a card of possibility, of endless possibility. Now is a time to rewrite the scripting. And I just did a weekly bump on Wednesday regarding 2019. This time frame between July and August is a time for us to recalibrate so that we can prepare for the growth that is needed in 2019. And so now is a time to really just kind of open up the realm of possibility and just say what is possible. And when you're doing your meditations, I would even ask that question, what's possible? What's next? What am I meant to do? How am I meant to serve? How am I meant to give? Because those are the answers that will come to you. The answers that you get are to the questions that you ask. So you need to make sure you're asking the right questions. Otherwise, you're going to be, getting answers to questions that you don't really care about. Okay? See, this is where we want you to be. We want to see you here. You may be dealing with another fire sign, but this is also a version of you, right? It's the more mature Aries. And a mature Aries is someone that just plows through anything, even if what's needing to be plowed through is nothingness. An immature quality is someone that dives right into the combativeness, right? It dives right into the competition for the sake of competition. But this is an anchor. This is a version of you, I think, right? It's a part of you that wants to stand back and to remain fixed. This is actually the card of Leo, the fixed fire sign. And so what's actually happening, you're getting Sagittarius, you're getting Leo, and these qualities are kind of the fire elements that are different. They're different than you because they're different signs, right? There's the optimism here, which Aries can be also extremely optimistic, but there's also the versatility here, the mutability, meaning you could either be here or you could be here. It's just a matter of what you're choosing to do, and it's just as easy to flip the script and to move forward here and to not participate in this at all. And then there's the persevering quality of a king, which is okay, you need to stay planted, stay firm, maintain your composure, maintain your conviction to what you believe. I think this quality is very much trying to get you out of here as much as possible and to say, Aries, relax, relax, meditate, open yourself up to possibility, open yourself up to everything, to the abundance of what the universe has to offer. That's what this Queen of Coins is really going to try to get you to see, is the abundance that's possible. Three of Wands is the card of abundance as well. Let's see what comes out as like the last three. Certainly these will all get clarified in the comprehensive for sure. Oh, sorry, my stomach's grumbling. I have not eaten breakfast yet. I felt so bad not doing your guys' readings yesterday or even the day before. Like, I gotta tell you, the energies around me have been so emotional. And as a Scorpio moon, I feel all of it so heavily. Ten of Coins reversed. And the High Priestess. Intuition is certainly at play. Your veil to receiving directives is very much at play, okay? She is, I think, the part of you that is bringing out the king part of you. Does that make sense? She is nurturing this mature, stable, firm quality, which is so, so, so needed. Clearly there was some loss, you know, clearly you didn't have everything you wanted in some situation. And for whatever reason, that's probably resurfacing, and that's what's really affecting you, you know? That's what's causing you the Nine of Swords, is maybe you're even grieving some kind of potential, grieving the potential of the Ten of Coins. What it could have been, the way it should have gone. And there is a clinging effect, okay? And the clinging is what is the hardest thing, right? It's like more the clinging itself than what it is you are clinging onto. And that's the emotion that I think really needs to be addressed for you at this point in time. Because there's an element of forgiveness that needs to occur. There's some blockage regarding forgiveness. And when I say forgiveness, I mean true forgiveness. Now, I'm going to bring up the Christian story here for a moment. First of all, before I get that, there's this storyline, right, where we are in a time and place in the history of humankind where souls will be harvested and move forward into the fourth density. People that have risen their vibrations to a high enough level will proceed into the fourth, and those who haven't will continue to revert back into the third density. And going to the Christian myth now, there's a belief that Jesus himself was of the fourth density and incarnated here into the third density specifically to teach third density entities about love, compassion, and forgiveness. And his ultimate lesson in forgiveness was when he was on the cross, and the last words he says, "Forgive them, for they know not what they do." And then he dies, right? He says this and then he's gone. Because it is that forgiveness that is our ultimate release. And when you forgive others, you also forgive yourself. They are one and of the same. And so forgiveness seems to be the blockage. Okay, forgiveness seems to be that which is holding you back. A King of Wands is much more apt to forgiveness than a Knight of Wands. All right? And so you're kind of operating on two ends of the fire spectrum, the fire polarities, the King versus the Knight. And it just depends on which energy you decide to exhibit within yourself. It just depends on which way you want to go and how you want to handle it. She is your inner voice. She is the connection between you and your light body, you and your higher self. And she is saying, Aries, you are a king. Aries, you are royalty. You are the highest of the high. So be that way. Okay, be that way. And by doing so, you open yourself up to, and when I say endless possibilities, I mean endless possibilities. I want you to look at your life where you were at this time last year, and I want you to really think how different you are now and how different a year can make you, and the, you know, the impact of a year, the impact of a month. We're all just like one or two decisions away from the ultimate life that we want, you know? All right, you guys, I'm going to leave you with that. For the comprehensive, we definitely have a lot to talk about. So hopefully I'll see you there. If not, then I will see you next month. Take care.